just to give people some time to come in, but let's see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right. I'll crack it so there'll be people coming in. Just in case. But so today's class is going to be the new agent orientation. We're really going to be looking at your Keller Cloud setup, and I can kind of direct you on that to find that, and making sure you feel comfortable with all the resources you were given and kind of an overview of what Command can do. So you just know the tools available for you. And then, of course, you can always book appointments with us. So I'm the MCTT here with my sister, JuLeah. And we help with all the KW technology. To ever book an appointment with us on our internal site, kwbresources.com, clicking I need tech help in the top right corner will bring you right to our Calendly, and we can book a 30-minute one-on-one. So like this class is really more like a movie trailer of what Command can do for you. And then we can book these appointments and start implementing stuff together. So to start off, I'm really going to be focusing on that Keller Cloud setup as well as Command. And I know you get an orientation of this KWB resources site in general, but in regards to things on this site that that is in regards to us. So the office calendar right at the top here, one, it will bring you right to all of the trainings in the Market Center. But for us, we do Tech Tuesdays every Tuesday from 1 to 2 with a 30-minute Q&A at the end. And then this first Wednesday is the new agent orientation. If you ever want to know what the topic is for our Tech Tuesdays, one, you can like click on the Tech Tuesday like item, and it will say like the topic right there at class. Also under Tech Resources and Tech Tuesdays / calendar, that will also kind of give you a topic breakdown so you know what you're coming in for, just to make sure that you are needing that class topic. Also, on the homepage, one of the videos that is like the video to watch, this can't miss video of the week. So this video always stays the same really because it's the best video to have for DocuSign and Command. And typically when like agents kind of sometimes will wait until they have a transaction to kind of figure out DocuSign. Yeah. I may not recommend that. It would be really probably a panic mode if that was the case. So I would recommend after today's class, if you do nothing else, just to watch this video. It's only 25 minutes, and it's the exact workflow that DocuSign wants you to use Command in. So it will really walk you through that full process of how to use that. So definitely wanted to check it out. And then also, so Scott Leroy Marketing was is the additional tech leverage we have at this Market Center. So they're in charge of all the onboarding for new agents. So you should have received, and let me know if you have not, a Keller Cloud Setup Complete email. Awesome. So that's fantastic. And it might not look like this. I have a different test ready to go. But that should still be the subject. So Keller Cloud Setup Complete. Except now it might just say like click here to open it up. Yeah. Okay. And when you click there, it's going to prompt for a password, and that's just going to be our market center number, which is 350 to see that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah, just to kind of give you a rundown. So that video up top will kind of walk you through the whole setup in general. However, one of the things, are you signed into your KW email and you feel comfortable with adding that on your phone as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, a lot of office emails will come to that KW email. And if you've not signed into your KW email, that is a G Suite account. So you can go to gmail.com directly to sign into this KW email. So with Scott Leroy, yeah, they do the onboarding of your technology. But there's also some extra stuff they are able to do for you for free. So I just want you to be aware of that resource available for you. Under tech resources, under kwbresources.com, you'll see that Scott Leroy Marketing is one of these items here, and that will bring you to his site. So one thing that they're really, really great at is really quick technology assistance. So if you're looking for a quick answer within like 10 minutes, they usually respond. Emailing support@scottleroymarketing.com. They respond 5 to 10 minutes with an answer. So even if you're like, if you just need assistance, like need a training video on something certain, even asking for that, they will send training videos for you, as well as sometimes they're able just to do it for you. Like for example, if you need a headshot change, they can just do that for you throughout all your KW tech. So I do recommend just reaching out to them if you ever have a technology request or a question, just to see if they're able to do it for you for free. You might as well just ask. But in general, what they're able to do for you, you will find under agent resources. The login on the site is, again, our market center number, which is 350. So that same like login for your Keller Cloud setup. And once you log in to scottleroymarketing.com, and you can log in either, that should say login at the top right, or if you click on agent resources, it should prompt you to put in that 350. But under agent resources, one great training available. So they do have live trainings available and they record them as well. So if you ever need to see that. One of the things I especially like under their training are these SLM challenges. So they have a couple 30-day challenges. One is a command one. So they kind of give you a guide for the best way to learn command. Like for example, like day 1, add a contact, day 2, add them to a smart plan. So it kind of helps you get familiar with command with a guide involved. And then that SLM getting started will help you optimize your digital marketing. So it'll be like on day 3, set up your realtor.com profile. So it kind of walks you through the best order to learn command in your digital marketing. So I do like those a lot. Want to make sure you know that's out there. And then also under agent support, this will be a page of all the free things that SLM can do for you. And especially as a new agent, I would say probably in this section here, as you're confirming your contact information, maybe you get a Google Voice number, you update your bio during this time, I'd recommend going to agent resources, agent support, and just filling out one of these forms for whatever you're looking for, because that will give them the info they need, and they'll be able to update that throughout the KW Tech within 24 hours. So if you're ever making a contact update, you can either email them or fill out this form, and they'll update that for you. And I would just recommend that because there's actually a few spots within the KW Tech that you need to go update that. So this just makes it a one-stop kind of shop. They go do that for you. Exactly, all that KW Tech. Yeah, so that's free to utilize. I do recommend just maybe eyeing over this page if you get a moment, just to see what they're actually able to help you with. Just because it's all free, so you might as well kind of just see how they can help you. but this will be the page to check out for that. And while we're on the topic of Scott Leroy marketing, one of the things they can actually do for you, and I'm going to jump to that setup now, and I'm going to scroll down just a little bit here to that KWIDX website. And you can click on your link to like open that up. I'm going to open up mine. So Scott Leroy sets up your website. So it's already out there and set up in a basic sense. And these command websites are, they're going through a transition. There are new ones coming out. However, a couple things with the URL. So if you are purchasing a business cards and you do not have a custom domain, so these URLs do not work with www dot in front of them. So if you have that in like your email signature or anything, you would just need to remove the www dot in front. And I'll also point out some agents miss the .kw.com, and we'll just put .com, but it has to have the .kw.com. You don't need it. It will work regardless. Exactly. Yeah. Like if you if I try www, you'll see that even with the .kw.com at the end, this happens. It's a secure connection. I don't really get why, but they just don't work with it. So just to keep in mind if you're getting that printed anywhere, especially. You can also, you know, as you're building your branding, custom domains can be forwarded to this website. So if you do choose to get a custom domain, that's something Scott Leroy can do for you for free. Forward that over here. And I may recommend that for like SEO and to make that URL just a little more easier for clients to get to. Yeah. And then, so with these sites in general, I will say the functionality of them is phenomenal. So this search is integrated with the MLS. So it pulls from live listings and it can search anywhere in the US, no matter what brokerage. So even if you have out of town clients or contacts and you share them your site, they can be searching their current location. So you hope to get that referral fee. So you can still provide value, even if not in our local MLS. And one of the things that Scott Leroy can do for you, and if you would like to open up an email and write this out right now, they can add about 8 free pages to your website for free, just to make that a bit more of a tool for your contacts. So for example, they can add this mortgage calculator to your site. So they can figure out, they can calculate that. They can add this local school search in so that you can see nearby schools. Testimonials page, and a few other, like a what's my home worth form. And that just allows it to be, yeah, more of a tool for you to provide and value for your contacts. You know, when I was there, it looked like they were all like kind of separate, like this one. So if you just open up an email and do support at Scott Leroy with the subject, please add all available pages to my website, they know exactly what that means. What that means, and all they need is your command login. And I can give you those steps again. All right, so that was looking at, oh yes, of course. It is, I'm gonna put that in the chat for you right now. Support at scottleroymarketing.com. They are a great, fantastic resource. And yeah, if you email that email with your command login and a note to add all available pages to your website, they'll know exactly what that means, and they can add those in within like 24 hours. They're so quick. So definitely recommend that to optimize your website a bit further. All right, now I'm going to actually go into command. So command we can access at agent.kw.com. And I may suggest if you don't have this bookmarked already, this would be a good one to bookmark. You'll always be going here. And here's where we can sign in with our KW credentials. So our KW systems username and password, which is going to be that top login there. I'm going to use mine. Go ahead and sign in. So first and foremost, this home screen right here, it may look a little different on your side. However, we can actually customize this home screen if you would like. So if you click on customize in the top right, if you don't have these all checked, I may suggest checking them all just so you can see everything available to you. And then on the right-hand side, we can rearrange those for how you want to view these widgets. So one of the things I might suggest is like recent leads, I like to have right up top. I feel like that's really important to be able to see. So we can click on those three dots to the far left of it and like click and drag and move that up. So any of these widgets on the right-hand side can only be moved on the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side, these can only be added there. So personally, I really like to have tasks and recent leads up top. But, as you are building your business more and more, and you see that some widgets are more important than others, just know you can rearrange them and click apply. Other than that, on this homepage, the bell notification in the top right, that is going to be your notifications. So your notifications will come right to that bell icon, and you'll see, for example, in mine, that little red dot is on it letting me know I have a new notification. So I can see unreads, and I can also click over to see anything I have read as well, so that it keeps track of all my notifications. And this kind of moves me to the app. Because one of the main reasons I like to have the command app is to allow notifications to come to your phone as well, because I always have my phone, but I'm gonna sign into command only a few times in my day. So there are two apps, and you can find them both in your App Store or Play Store by just searching Keller Williams. And the two that you want to download, and they look very similar. One is red background with a white KW, and the other one is a white background with a red KW. And so the red command one is going to be the agent version, or the mobile version of command. So this is where you sign in and you can see all your tasks. You can see your notifications in that bell icon. And you also have access to your contacts right from here. Couple things that I really like on this command app, and I think it's a little hiding. So if you click on your name at the top, couple options come up. One, my business card. So this is a QR code. If you ever don't have your business card on you and you need a contact to save your information quickly, you can pull this app up and click on my business card and allow them to scan this. And all they have to do is click save to save all your contact information. And I'll show you where that's pulling from. Another thing I really like on this homepage is if you near the bottom more under things to know, as we're adding birthdays and anniversaries to our contacts, we'll be able to see that for the next 30 days. So if you wanted to take time to write handwritten cards, for example, you would know a month before whose birthday it is, so you would have time to do that. And then also, if you click on your name at the top there is Share My KW app link. Now, this will be the way that you'll want to share the other app, which is the KW Consumer app, which allows your contacts to search for homes on the go, like based off their current location, for example. But why it's so important to share the app this way, and when you click Share My KW app, you'll have an option to do that via text or email, however you want to share it. But going through this way, it will, when they upload it, it will be branded to you. So when they sign up on that other app, one, the contact information will go right into Command. And two, as they're favoriting properties, you'll be able to see what they're favoriting. So you can reach out with similar information. So it's just important to share the app that way so it's branded to you so they don't have to go find another agent and hopefully, or so they don't find another agent and they pick you. And we'll come back to this app near the end. But while we're discussing the other KW app, I do recommend downloading it just to see what your contacts are seeing. However, if you're ever prompted to sign up on the app or log in, you don't have an agent login on this app. So you could just sign up with like an email and pretend you're a client. So you can, again, see what they see. But again, you don't have a login as an agent there, but you can sign up as a pretend contact on the consumer app. And if you have the consumer app open, I also just want to make sure that under more, that bottom right icon, if it says find an agent up top, instead of having your contact information there, go ahead and search for yourself. It may prompt you to sign up. I just recommend just to walk through this so you can see what they're saying and you can make sure it's branded to you. I can give you a second for that. How are you doing? Good. We are currently talking about the apps, but we're about to go to DocuSign for real quick. Do you have both apps? Okay, awesome. And do you feel comfortable with sharing the consumer app or the, yeah, awesome, fantastic. Yeah, or you can ask questions then. Yeah. Mhm. Is it like on your website or? Is it okay? So, oh, okay. So there's a couple spots. So I may recommend emailing support at Scott Leroy Marketing with your changes, like your headshot changes, your bio changes, and they can just update it all throughout the KW Tech. So you don't have to worry about like all the different spots. But just to kind of answer your question, there's two spots that you'd want to update that. So the referrals profile is the internal. So this is what other, wait, I'm sorry, it's just profile, my profile. So this is what other agents can see, like in KW. And then in Command, the main spot you'd want to change that is going to be under your name and settings and connect settings and marketing profile. And then that bio is right here. Just be sure to scroll to the very bottom to click save. And I'll come back to this section here too, to the marketing profile. Actually, I'll just go there now. I feel like that's a good time. So yes, the marketing profile, I do recommend always emailing Scott if you have any contact information changes, just to make sure it's updated everywhere. However, if you remember one spot in Command to update your contact information, the marketing profile is where most information pulls from. So if you click your name in the top right and go to settings, connect settings will be on the left-hand side and marketing profile. So again, this is like where most of your information pulls from. Some things to note, your headshot does need to be a perfect square, so it's not distorted in any spot. However, again, Scott Leroy knows that and does that for you. So if you send it to him, he'll know to do that. The team logo does not have that same issue. It can be, if it looks kind of distorted in this field, it doesn't mean it's going to be distorted elsewhere. It will actually resize on other marketing. And then everything else is pretty straightforward. So you got your first, last name. I will note, like, some agents are both like NC and SC licensed, but there's only one field for a license number here. So what I see agents typically do for that is put like their NC license number, put that in, and then like a line, and then SC, and then put in that license number in case you ever get licensed in South Carolina. Team name, if you're not on a team, I think Scott Leroy just puts Keller Williams Realty, which is perfect. Your job title. Your slogan actually doesn't appear anywhere quite yet, so don't feel like you need to figure that out too quick. They're working on rolling that out on the new websites, but that is a transition that they're working on, so no need to worry about that quite yet. Bless you. Military affiliation, of course, put that in here if that applies. Your bio, your mobile. I do know if you are a PB that you do have to put your office or our office number here. So if you do not have that in, I think I know it off the top of my head. No, I don't. You know our office number off the top of your head? Maybe it's 66. Okay, yes, 6600. Okay, yes, that's correct. So yeah, if you're a PB, you do have to put your office number here. For your website, so this doesn't like change your domain or anything of your website. This is just, you're supposed to have your either your custom domain here or your KW URL so that contacts can click on it from the kw.com profile. Right underneath that is going to be our market center information. Again, Scott Leroy should have this all filled out for you. So more so just eyeing it over, making sure everything looks correct. I would recommend adding this legal footer so you don't have to worry about compliance. So each office is independently owned and operated. You add that as the footer text, that will be added to all emails sent and commands. So that will be a good compliance thing to do. Scrolling down a little more. So your social URLs, they do want you to have the full URL in there. So not just like your slug. So full thing in there. And it's typically recommended that these are your business accounts. So your business page or your business Instagram. And then there is a Google Analytics tracking ID. I'm actually a little curious on how they're going to transfer this with the new sites. But you know, for the time being, it's definitely here. And Google Analytics allows you to track your website traffic. So you can see who's been on your site, how many clicks you're getting, on what pages. And this is something that Scott Leroy can set up for you for free. All right, any changes that you're making on this page, be sure to click save at the very bottom here. Awesome. So one other thing I want to mention on these settings, under global settings, this is brand new. So there are now languages. So if you speak another language and you have another one you prefer over English, you can choose a different language for command to be translated in. So it can be your primary language that you choose. That I think they have 31 languages that it's translated in now. So feel free to see if that would work for you. All right. Now I am gonna jump a little bit, but I'm going back to that Keller Cloud setup we had open. I'm gonna scroll down, and what I'm looking for, and I think I missed it, is DocuSign. Oh, maybe it doesn't have this on. Is your DocuSign next to HomeKeeper? You have it open by chance? Okay, gotcha. So if this should be your DocuSign login right here. And if you've not logged in to DocuSign quite yet, two things that I want to check on for your to start off with DocuSign. So one, in command, if we click on our name again and we go to settings. So in command, click on your name, go to settings. For your connected app should appear at the top. Does everyone have DocuSign connected? Yep. Okay, well, that will be a good thing to check. And then I'm going to walk through how to make sure you have forms in your DocuSign account. So, come transaction time, or even when you watch the video, and I'll show you what video, that you can actually practice with forms. So make sure that's connected in your settings. And then in a new tab, if you could just go to rooms.docusign.com. Rooms.docusign.com. So instead of like docusign.com directly, the rooms.docusign.com brings you right into the real estate side of DocuSign. So typically, and you'll see that in the video, I'm referencing is on kwvresources.com, the can't miss video of the week. That one's always stays the same. And if you do nothing else but watch that video today, I would 10 out of 10 recommend it. Because it's just exactly the workflow command wants you to use with DocuSign. When I first trained on DocuSign, I'm just, as a tech person, I thought I could play around and just figure it out as a platform. But I found that DocuSign and command, there's just a specific workflow they want you to use. So I don't per se recommend that for DocuSign. So recommend watching this video for sure today after class. So that video will walk you through. Typically, we'll always start our transactions in command first. However, we're just adding our forms into our account today. So that's why I'm going to rooms.docusign.com directly. Hold on. I'm going to go run and ask Leah what her password is so I can show you this.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing a virus seminar with JuLeah, huh? Oh, yeah. Ooh. Nothing. Oh, I don't think so. Nice. Seems promising. Yeah. Thanks, Lee. All right, cool. Oh, so perfect. So if this pops up for you and you saw that it was already connected in your DocuSign settings, then you don't need to do anything with this pop-up. You can click the X. If you saw that said not connected, clicking authorize would make that connected. Awesome, awesome. So once we're signed in here, is everyone signed in? Cool. You can click on your profile picture or your initials in the top right. Oops. And then go to preferences. All right, from preferences, we're going to click on integrations on the left-hand side. And if there's nothing here, that's okay. That's what we're connecting up. We can click add provider. And we'll want to click on the National Association of Realtors logo. And I'm going to do this. And let me see if I can disconnect it so I can reconnect it. Perfect. Okay, let me go back now. Okay, just to show you preferences. And once you do this one time, you will never have to do it again. This is just like a one-time setup thing to get your forms in there. Okay, so we click Add Provider, the National Association of Realtors, and then you can put in your NERDS ID here. If you don't know your NRDS ID, you can also click the Find Your Member ID right underneath it. I may recommend like searching by your last name and your email. Typically, it's not the KW email, like if ever. It's usually like before you even signed up. So it's a personal email and your last name, and then click Submit. And let me know if anyone has trouble finding that. And then once you find it, and let me know if anyone has trouble. Awesome. We can paste that in here. So it's a 9-digit number, and then your last name that's associated with your license. And then for association, these are in alphabetical now. So we can find North Carolina. So we're looking for North Carolina Association of Realtors. If you're also South Carolina licensed, like it's going to be tied under the same member ID. So as long as you can pick North Carolina or South Carolina if you're licensed in both, and both forms will pull in. And once you have that in, click Validate. And then you should have both the company forms here and the AR forms. That worked. That was good to everyone. The NAR, I like disconnected it, so it's not showing, but there should be like two different field, like the company and the National Association's one. All right. Yeah, again, that's only done once. So now that it's done, you won't have to do that again. And now you have access to all your forms. And now when you watch this video, it'll make a lot more sense because forms will actually pull in. So, all right. So in Command as well, so in the settings section, a few things I'm going to point out, like some of the top settings to look out for and what they do exactly. So again, I'm under my name and settings to pull up this page. And there are applications in here, and it's going to look different order here because I have mine connected up. But for Facebook post scheduling, for example, so for any of these social media applications in the settings section, bless you, they do need to be business accounts. So you have to have a business page in order to schedule out posts in Command, as well as run ads through it, business Twitter, as well as a business Instagram account. A side note for business Instagram accounts, if you are switching that over to a business account, it will require you to select the category. I would recommend selecting entrepreneur as your category and not realtor or real estate agent, so that you have access to all the music library. Entrepreneurs have access to all of it, while realtors have commercial copyright laws. So if you do switch that over, just keep in mind that. So connecting up your, and you can click connect account if you'd like, and you have a business account already created. Connecting up this Facebook post scheduling will allow you to schedule out posts in Command. So Command has the ability and the tools to, if you wanted to on the 1st of every month, plan your social media out for the entire month or for the whole quarter, wherever that might be, you can schedule that out in advance in Command. Now, alternatively, there's also Facebook Ads Manager. This specific settings will allow you to run ads through Command. So kind of to talk about the difference, post scheduling, that would post just on your business page so your followers can see that, while the ads that those are paid ads because they are getting in front of your unmets. So you can pick a geographic location and like the surrounding area can get hit with an ad. Now I do have my Google Calendar connected up. This just allows me to set up meetings within Command. I honestly don't use it too often as a tool in Command, but maybe that might be good for your business, so you might as well connect it up. Gmail, I do like to have connected because it does have the ability to like your activity and emails between contacts, so that it can kind of track that activity is the purpose there. Scrolling down, again, those post scheduling needs to be business accounts, but you do connect your Instagram and Twitter up separately. For your ads manager, however, you won't see an Instagram option because Facebook owns Instagram, and just connecting up Facebook will allow you to run Instagram ads too. Under email services, if you could click manage to the far right of command email, I just want to make sure that this reply to email is your business email, because any emails that are sent through command, anytime a contact replies, that is going to be the email you get your reply to. So I just want to make sure that's one, your email, and one that you're planning to use for business. If you'd like to change this email, we can click on the drop down and either select from our different profiles in KW, or we can add a custom email and add that in. With as a KW agent, you do get 5,000 emails for free every month. So that does reset on the 1st of every month. And you get 5,000 free. However, you can always pay for additional emails if you find that you need that. Yeah, it does include auto email, like smart plan emails. That does pull from that. Then Twilio, I just want you guys to be aware that this is a tool in command. So Twilio is an app that allows you to bulk send text messages and automate text messages. So for example, what it could do is for the birthday smart plan, if you have contacts that have birthday dates in there, it can send them an automatic text with Twilio on their birthday, wishing them a happy birthday. If this interests you, I would recommend booking an appointment with us so we can discuss like the pros and cons. Like for example, this isn't sending from your number; it's a business number. You can pick the beginning part of the number to be like our area code, but still it's a different number. So, and it does give them the option to unsubscribe. So depending on your sphere, it might work well. Like some spheres might take text messages as not personal, especially from like a business phone number. I, however, like probably with my sphere, it'd be a great way to get in front of my sphere because they don't see it as impersonal. They get like Uber Eats is through business numbers too, and it's touching them. And it's a channel that I always check. Like, for example, I'm really bad about checking my email. So you could send me a bunch of emails and I'd never see it. And it's nothing personal. I just don't check my email. However, I always check my text messages. So even if I don't reply to it, I still saw it. So that's kind of the pro of Twilio. I would maybe recommend trying it with your sphere. It does start at like $3.16 a month, and the credits roll over. So if you don't use all of them, you could use them next month. But even just to try it out, and if people do reply well with it or engage well with it, you could tag them as Twilio so you know to use that method going forward for them. It's just an idea to try it out with your audience. I do think it's a cool tool. So yeah, these are like the apps in command. Just a heads up, there's also a marketplace. So if you're ever looking for maybe an additional app you have an idea on, they do have more apps that you can integrate with command. Like for example, they have like a contact sync. So if you use like a different CRM, or if you wanted your like Google contacts, you use Google Contacts a lot and you wanted them to sync with command, that's like one of the applications out there, for example. All right, any questions so far? What discussed here? No, I did not. I don't know if that is a connectable thing. That's a good question. I'm interested now because I use Canva a lot. Yeah, because I was thinking yesterday. Yeah. And they were using Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I will say like it's just there's so many more options. I will and like I think they look maybe prettier too. Yeah. The design section in Command is great because one, it does have a lot of good content. Like for example, like a listing presentation Command, which or in Canva would just have like just like pretend text. Yes, I do like that. And then I also like Command's designs because it links with the MLS. So when you pull in like property info, you can pull in photos easier. But I use Canva. Yeah. So I do feel that. I don't see that that's a integrated app though, unfortunately. That would be cool. Let's here. Oops. Going back to Command, so agent.qw.com. The final for the final bit of class here, I do want to just do a contact push. So talk about your contacts, as getting contacts in Command is typically the very first push that we always do, because utilizing the tools in here requires you to have contacts in there. So typically agents have most of their contacts on their phone. However, if your contacts are sitting elsewhere, like maybe in your email or some other platform like Follow Up Boss, if you use another CRM before, you can export those ones from like Gmail and elsewhere and send them to support@scottleroymarketing.com. And they can import up to 5 spreadsheets per month for you for free. So wherever you can export contacts from, if you give them 5 spreadsheets in a month, they can import them all into Command within 24 hours. However, yeah, typically agents say their contacts are on their phone. So I want to make sure you guys are all comfortable with importing from the Command app. You guys already have contacts in there. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, just for those of you online, so the Command app, you can import your contacts by going to the second icon next to the home icon, and it's going to be your contact section. Clicking the 3 dots in the top right, and then clicking import contacts. It will pop up to allow access to your phone contacts. And then at that point, we can click to select all at the top with that top checkbox, and deselect anyone you don't like or don't want in there, or vice versa. You could select the people you do want and then click continue. So that's great that all your contacts are in there. Now, would you say that your contacts are mostly phone numbers or emails? Yeah, then, I mean, that would be me if I imported my phone contacts. I only have phone numbers in there. So the tedious work of cleaning your contacts, as painful as it is, because yes, I've done it too, it does have the biggest long-term impact on your business, because KW has this 201 model, so that they have, if you have over 200 contacts in your database, you have the opportunity to build a $120,000 database. However, it's not just talking about 200 phone numbers or 200 emails. They are wanting fully complete contacts, meaning they have 5 things associated with them: an email, a phone number, a physical address, and then bonus points for the home anniversary and the birthday. Because the idea is that Command has the tools in here to automate each of these touches. So you got an email, we can automate an email once a month to be sent to them. If you have that physical address in there too, they can receive hyper-local neighborhood emails. So that pulls that neighborhood right in with the physical address. The phone number, you can automate text messages as well as call reminders. So you're reminded who to call. And then for those key dates, you are reminded in advance to prepare for those, as well as for like the birthday, you can send a text message automatically. So having this contact information in there allows you to set up smart plans, is what they're called in Command, to automate these things. So smart plans can automate emails, automate text messages, and task reminders, so you know what to do, or are reminded what to do. Now, in regards to cleaning up your contacts, so this is going to be your contact section here. And this CRM in general, just a few notes. One, we can add a single contact at a time in the top right by clicking add contact. The only thing a contact needs to have is a name, but of course we want those five things in there. And then tags is a thing that allows you to organize or group your contacts together. So some common tags like buyer and seller, right? Because then if you are tagging your buyers separately from sellers, you could send your buyers buyer info and your sellers seller info. It's kind of the idea. Some other ones we see agents using are like in-state and out-of-state tags. So, you know, you can market to them differently. And then also a VIP tag is something we commonly see. So maybe a top 10 or 20% of your database that you want to focus your marketing efforts on, whether that's with your time, like calling them, or that's with your money, like giving them gifts. So, you know, trying to identify these tags for your business, because, you know, all agents have different tags from what I've seen on how they like their business run. But really just know that tags are the way to group them together so you can market to them differently. And contacts can have multiple tags attached to them. And you can also create your own tags. So whatever that might be, you can always create your own tags and have multiple attached to them. I'll also note, so under add relationship, Command does want you to put spouses in separately. So they don't want like John and Jane Smith as one contact. They want John Smith as one, so he can have his own phone number, his own email, so you can market to him, as well as for DocuSign. And then Jane Smith would be its own contact as well. However, we can connect them with this add relationship so that they are a connected contact. I will say under the tags, add more information, I think it's kind of hiding because some important things are down here, like under additional contact information is where you'd find that primary address. Now, you can find, talking about getting those 5 things, email and phone seem to be kind of the hardest one to get behind scenes. However, the Canopy, like the tax records and Canopy, you can find their physical address and home anniversary. So as long as you have their name, that's public info, as long as they're the homeowner. So you could add that in, their address in, and their home anniversary, which is under about my birthday and home anniversary here. And then Facebook is typically what I use for birthdays. While I'm on the Facebook topic, I do like, I don't know if you've seen like in Facebook, there's like a special section for birthdays. So if maybe you take a day to try to fill out as much birthday information as you can for your contacts, under friends and birthdays. So first it will show up with like any recent or coming up birthdays, but if you scroll down to like the next month, it starts to group them together by the month, so we can just hover over it and see who it is and their birthday, so you don't have to like click on their profile. So just an idea for getting birthdays. Of course, the other way would be to call them or email them for their information. I will say that might be the recommended way because one, it's an extra touch. Getting that information might be your introduction to real estate for that person. And we had an agent that do that exactly, like reach out for their birthday information, and she got 6 or 7 leads because they didn't even know she was in real estate. She was like, hey, I'm calling for your birthday information. I can send you something special. I'm in real estate and doing this for you. And they're like, you're in real estate? Great. I need a condo. And she's like, great. So I would recommend maybe to reach out to them for this information, but I want you to be aware of the behind scene ways too. Oh. This command auto sync added contacts. So if you are talking about the app, it does auto sync with the app, but any other platforms like Google or anywhere else you'd be trying to sync that from, it wouldn't be an auto sync, but it is something we can set up with API Nation. So let me know if that answered your question or not. All right. So then in regards to this contact section, I may recommend, so by default, when you sign into Command, usually it shows 1 of 10. I may recommend clicking on that show 1 of 10 and show as many as you can at a time. I think it's just easier to work in a CRM by seeing that. And then if you really do like those, like to view most at a time, if you click Save Smart View Changes, that will save that for default. So in regards to editing a contact, so first, actually, let me talk about things you can do in bulk. So anytime that you select one of these check boxes, you'll see this select bulk action appears. And it's checking the top one will select all. So if you do show 500 at a time, you can do things in bulk at 500 contacts at a time. But you'll see that if I click on one, this will still appear. And I can do quite a few things in bulk. So one, especially as you're organizing your contacts, I think add tags would be a thing that you'd probably use. So you can go through, select people, and bulk add tags to them. You can bulk add them to a smart plan, so 500 at a time. And I would recommend, if you've not booked an appointment with us, to book an appointment and we can set up smart plans together of the top ones recommended. I do want to just note the send text message feature, so that would be using JuLeah, so that allows you to send a bulk text message to all of them. And there's a few other things you can do here as well in bulk. Clicking on a contact will open up their contact profile. I actually want to do a different example. So you'll be able to see all the contact information with this contact here. If you have a physical address, if you added a physical address to the contact or they have one, Command will automatically know the neighborhood that they live in. And that's what enables those hyper-localized emails to be sent out based off their neighborhood information, because it's actually pulling from their address here. And I'm going to click preview on the bottom right of this little map so I can show you what they could receive once a month. And this is what's called the monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan. So they do need to have an email, because it's going to be an email sent to them, and a physical address or a neighborhood. So let's say we don't have their physical address, and instead we're talking to a buyer, and we're at the store, and they're like, I'm interested in Hunter Oaks and these few neighborhoods. You can also, and I can go to a different contact to show you. You can also, like, here we go. Like, this one doesn't have an address, but I can click add neighborhood right here and search for that neighborhood instead. So you don't need to have one. You could also find that on a map. So maybe if you're not seeing the neighborhood name pull up, try searching that on the map view instead. It's also nice because it gives some suggested neighborhoods nearby. So if they give you one, you can pick a couple maybe that are similar to it. And then this is what that can send: a breakdown of that neighborhood. So super valuable. I have an agent who set me up on it, and I look at it every month because I'm really interested to see what's going on in my area. So it gives me a little CMA, what locals have to say, a market snapshot. They can see properties for sale. They can put in their place of work and calculate commute time, nearby schools, places based off Yelp. So super valuable information. Talk about like branding yourself as a real estate expert, and a great reminder for your sphere or your contacts that you're in real estate, and all you have to do is put in an email, an address, and put them on a smart plan, and they just start receiving these automatically every month. So great top of mind reminder for you guys. And with these contacts, as you're editing them, that pencil icon to add in that extra information we were talking about. So primary email, primary phone number, give it a tag if you can group it together or group contacts together. And then under add more information, that's where you'll find the address, primary address. And under about is where you find those key dates. I have found for birthday, you don't have to put in a year in order to get those notifications. A lot of Facebook profiles don't put the year, but it still works. So typically, the first start, we do encourage homework. of cleaning up your contacts as much as you can. Even if you identify your VIPs first, like the people you want to focus your marketing on, so either hot leads or hot referral leads, and you tag VIPs and focus on those VIPs to clean up those contacts first. It's a tedious task, but then at that point, we can add them to smart plans to really build a system for your business. So the idea is, those smart plans give you task reminders. So we can just sign into the command app every morning and see what we have to do today, and we don't have to take on the mental load of that. So as you clean up your contacts, and maybe once you complete that process of cleaning up your VIPs, book an appointment with us and we'll add them to smart plans together so that you can start receiving these notifications and start emailing out automatically. So yeah, that is class today. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to stick around and let me know. But if you ever book an appointment with us, again, that's on kwbresources.com. I need tech help in the top right corner for a 30-minute appointment. We can break it down and do things together. So thanks for coming today, and thanks for those of you online as well.